Hello guys, I'm Joseph Baglan. For today's vlog, I'll be making a reaction video of my classmates' video assignment, and I'll be pointing out 5 things that they need to improve, and as well as 5 things that I like about their video presentation. So let's start with Dwight. By the way, I have here notes, written notes as I watch the video. So let's start with Dwight. For Dwight Darwin Mayol, the things that I like about his presentation is that he has a good robotic voice. The animation of his video is nice, and as well as the slides in his PowerPoint, and the examples of his topic are appropriate, and the overall presentation is good. 5 things that he needs to improve are: for the intro, there's a moment that he pauses or there's a dead air. Then on the PowerPoint, there are a lot of text, and mastery is not that consistent. Sometimes he says ow like that, and some words he cannot pronounce some words as well. Next time, don't just read the PowerPoint, because since you put a lot of text in your slides, then there will be a tendency that you'll just keep on reading those texts. So for Noel Basas, 5 things I like about his presentation is the good animation and nice heading and subtext for each slides. I like the heading or the main topic or the main words. Then for the next subtext or the definition is good. Then good transition and good audio as well, and good visual presentation. Then 5 things that he needs to improve is that the language transition. And what I mean is that the language transition is when you use English, it would be better that the entire video you'll be speaking English, or if sometimes you're gonna use vernacular, don't just use many words as many as the English words that you use. And next time, you put important words on your PowerPoint, and there should be no dead air as well. And the video, I noticed that there's a delay or lag, and do not put words on the pictures, or like when there's a picture, make sure that when you put words to it, it will be clear. Then for JB Tan, his audio is I can really hear his audio. Then it's a simple presentation, then good explanation as well of the topic, and it's understandable and knowledgeable. What I don't like is that the screen is not in full display. It's not lively, I mean, and there are a lot of words in the PowerPoint, less pictures or illustrations. Then some pictures are not clear. Now for Sheila, the visual presentation is very great, the audio as well, the mastery is there, and it's consistent all throughout. Then the overall presentation is really great. What I want Sheila needs to improve is that she needs to be more confident and practice to speak in English. What I mean is that English everything, or like don't speak a vernacular or no language transition. you need to be confident in yourself that you can explain everything in English and be lively, like there's a energy, and go for more. I know that you can be better and do something greater than what you did. So you should come out of your shell, Sheila. Then for Jay, nice visual presentation as well. Then the slides are really good. Mastery, consistency is there, and all throughout it's a great presentation. The things that I don't like or that she needs to improve is that her voices changes. I mean, from one clip to another clip, the tone and the volume of the voice changes. The audio is inconsistent, and practice also trying to speak English all throughout, and go for more and be greater next time. Now for Disukatan, his audio is clear, the presentation is simple, then the giving of sample problems are good, and the examples as well, and the illustrations also. 5 things he needs to improve is that there should be no dead air and lesser words on the PowerPoint next time, which made him just read all the words on the PowerPoint and there's no face on the video, and some of the words are not clear to hear. For Joel Mumar, I really like his voice. The presentation is simple and nice separation of wordings. In his presentation, the examples that he's using are separated well on the PowerPoint, like for this one, and this one, so it's very clear, and the problems he used are good. Then the energy all throughout is consistent. The intro is not formal. This is the things that he needs to improve, and no face on the video presentation when he's already presenting. And next time, put lesser words on the PowerPoint and don't just read, and use bigger fonts so that it will be readable all throughout. Now for Pipito, Ian Ray Pipito, I really like his voice as well, and it's lively. His presentation is lively, and the energy is consistent, and the words are readable in the PowerPoint, and the flow is good. Next time, put lesser words on your PowerPoint. Don't just read. Give more illustration, and there should be no pauses, and the noise background is there. It's the chicken background, or the noise of the chicken. Now for Larry, I like the intro, nice presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, and he's explaining the topics in a good way, like a teacher. He's very confident, and the mastery is there. But there's a sudden change of mood, the presentation, then again the chicken background and pauses. Then some of his text in his slides are small and change of language. So for Roble, his voice is good, the use of examples in his topics are good, he uses illustrations, nice examples in his problems, and the presentation is simple. Next time, in your intro, you should not have dead air, and the words are not readable. And next time, have lesser words in your PowerPoint, then the font should be bigger. Next in line is Gabriel Escuyos. I really laugh with his intro. His intro is his pictures, his selfie. He's very confident, and I like that. Then he uses nice font, the color and the size. It's readable, knowledgeable. The mastery is there, and the consistency is there as well. What he needs to improve is to get rid of the chicken background. Don't just read next time. Then there are a lots of noises in the background and language transition. And next time, put important words on your PowerPoint presentation. So for Mingito, I was amazed with his video. I mean, his face on the presentation. It's circle. Unlike any other presenters, it's square. So it's very unique. The topics are well explained. Mastery is there. He didn't just read his presentation. He really explained it well, and the flow is good. Next time, get rid of the noises of your dog when presenting, and there is dead air sometimes, and explain all the slide. Don't just go back to another slide and explain it on the slide that is currently you are presenting. And sometimes you explain too fast and put important representation of the formula. For example, there's a formula. Don't just put the letters there. You should put like for example what formula, let me think for a while. Formula having mass or the gravity or the time. Next time, don't just put the letter M, letter T, letter S, whatsoever. Put also what letters are those letters representing. So for Akio, the presentation is very simple. Mastery is there. He uses examples that are really good and relevant to the topic. The context is good, and how he explained the topic is very great. Now, what are the things that he needs to improve is that his voice should be louder next time, and have some energy. Since I know Akio is funny guy, put some energy, more energy next time. Then what I noticed is that some texts are not readable, and he uses Paint and at the same time PowerPoint. Like he keeps on Alt tab. Then after he reads the PowerPoint, he went to Paint, then explain there, then right there the explanation or the formula. Then it's somewhat like there are lots of text already. Then sometimes it may create confusion. So next time, just use a PowerPoint. Then when you're explaining, you place there the formula or the examples. So next in line is Neutro Romagera. The intro of this video is very good, and the audio is good as well. The animation and representation of topic is really relevant to the topic, or like the examples that he uses are are related to what he's explaining, and it's knowledgeable and well discussed. What he needs to improve is that he uses too much words on his PowerPoint, and better to point out the animation when you're trying to explain. Try to encircle it, or like use pointer to explain which part are you trying to say. Then don't just read everything, and as the presentation goes on, the energy went down. Then for our senior, the video is very simple, the examples are good, readable presentation, and it's explained well, and the sample problems are good. 5 things he needs to improve is that bad audio, the background, there's a background hum in his video. Then too much words on his PowerPoint, don't just read everything, and less animation and no representation of the topic. Next is Philip Asensia. I like his intro, it's a unique intro. He uses the Netflix intro, and the theme of his presentation is good, the mastery is there, and the use of examples is good. The consistency of his presentation is there as well. 5 things that he needs to improve are unreadable content in photos and don't put everything in the PowerPoint. Next time, use big font. There should be no pauses, and he needs to be lively. For Jason Kelly's, I like the pictures and the examples that he used. Can explain well. It's simple and ununderstandable. But his audio is bad and no intro. I mean, like he directly went to discussing his topic. Next time, use bigger font, and there are pauses. Now for Shurika Kasuno, her intro is good, the topic flow is good, and the way she explains is good as well. It's simple and she's fluent. Now, in her video, I don't like the transition from her intro to her presentation. Like the energy went down. Then the audio is bad and not full screen display of her PowerPoint presentation. She uses small font, and there are unnecessary movements, like her hair is disturbing her. Then for Kinit Angkahas, his video is simple, the pictures and illustrations are good, and the heading and the subtext of each slides are good. Then the use of examples are good as well. He explains it very well. Now, he needs to improve his mastery, the language transition, the pauses, and the unnecessary movements. And some of the words that he uses are not certain. Like there's a moment that he would think of it, then he's not sure. Now for Dundi Matugas, what I like about his presentation is that it's very lively, simple, he's confident, and a good text transition. Now he needs to improve the energy, like the energy from beginning until the end should be consistent. There's no mastery. I mean, he knows the topic, but he's not certain of some words that he's trying to say. Then there's a clip in the intro that is not deleted, so I think it was unnecessary. Then he pauses sometimes. Then the phlegm, or like he do this like that, or he coughs sometimes. So get rid of that next time. Now for Junji Mintig, his intro is good. The heading and the subtext of the PowerPoint is good as well. The use of example, the mastery is there, and it's knowledgeable. Now he does not use this full screen display of the PowerPoint presentation. The PowerPoint is not consistent, and some slides have small pics, then some slides have more words, then what's this? He solves the problem like it's the way he solved the problems is not organized. Now for John Chris, the audio is good, the pictures that he used are good, then nice examples of the topics, the sample problems are good, and the slides are good. Now the intro is the intro transition to his video presentation is like no connect, or it suddenly went down, the energy of it. Then there's a chicken voice in the background, then he has no video of his face as he presents the topic, then there are a lot of words in the PowerPoint presentation, then the mood changes. What I mean is that his voice changes from this clip to another clip. The tone, the volume of his voice changes. And I think that would be all. Or wait, let me see. Mingito, Estuyos, Dave, Sheila, Basas, Dwight. I think that would be all. So guys, what I've noticed is that the common mistakes, or what my classmates or myself as well needs to improve is that the background, the noises in the background, I think we cannot really get rid of that, and the font size, the energy, the confidence, and the pauses, the language transition, or I mean from this flow, you speak in English, then after reading or explaining some words in English, then there's a time that you don't know how to explain it in English, so you use vernacular, or you use Bisaya to explain the topic, so that you can really give the explanation better. So I think next time we should master, or we should practice trying to speak in English all throughout, so that in the future we already master it, or since we're practicing it now, as time goes by, we will get used to it, and it will be easy for us. And I think and I really appreciate the effort of my classmates in doing this assignments, or most especially to those people who really have good visual presentation and good PowerPoint presentation and great explanation of the topic. And that would be all, guys. Thank you, and I hope you won't take this as a judgment, or a judgment. Take this as a compliment to improve and give yourself a room for improvement. So thank you, guys. That would be all. Bye bye.